What did I need for support? And what do I say to others about how they can support me? What an interesting question. I found that I needed the support of community. And by community, I don't particularly mean my immediate affinity group. I don't particularly identify, well, I don't identify at all as Irish American. And I don't necessarily mean my affinity group among my fellow feminists, although that's an important part of my life. The support that I find most invaluable for the whole of my life, the part of my life that's Irish, the part of my life that's a feminist, the part of my life that's in recovery, the part of my life that has relationships. Um, the community that I find that supports that really is connected with the 12-step rooms. I really value the community that we find there. In my experience, I was offered a meaningful community, not a yakety yak based community, but a meaningful values based community, um, where I didn't have to connect on the basis of unearned intimacy. And that was really important to me, that the principles of the 12-step movement actually provide, or the traditions provide, a safety net so that relationships I found in that community could develop on the basis of what felt safe, what felt supported, what felt appropriate. From others, I respond to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. We know her work best, where she talks about the stages of grief. It's a model that's been widely adopted. But for me, the phrase of hers that really speaks is where she talks about how unconditional love is the only force that heals. Now, unconditional love is offered or volunteered. I don't ask for it. And your love for me to be unconditional cannot be based on the condition that I have to ask for it. So that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. What I can do, and the support that is useful daily, is learning to ask for help, the skill of learning to ask for help. Who knew that learning to ask for help was required? Who knew that asking for help was a skill or a tool of recovery? But for those of us who come from scarcity model, for those of us who are shame-based, we actually have to pivot our thinking. It's human, not shameful, to need. And it's human, not shameful, to ask for help. And it's human, not shameful, to show up with our needs looking for help. And that's been a challenge. I remember a friend of mine talking about how she only ever goes to the doctor when she can actually minimize her symptoms. And I really connected with that, because even going to the doctor, those of us who are shame-based, need to connect only on the basis of everything's fine. And we all know what fine means. And that's shame-based. I go to the doctor very specifically because there's something wrong with me. And perhaps medical expertise can help me. I'm asking for help. And I can't get that help if I don't ask specifically for what it is that I need. I most certainly can't get that help if I'm so shame-based that I must present as if everything's perfect. So these are some of the skills that I need to not only learn, but that I must practice on a daily basis so that I can access all of that tremendous and wonderful and bi-directional help, because I can help you too. I have skills to offer you. I have supports to offer you. And we can make it a two-way conversation at any time.